create a connection. So I'll say, okay, webinar, healthcare, webinar, and I save this. Now, since I wanted to see this back, I will just refresh it so that I am able to see this webinar healthcare. So cubes are calculation engine or in-memory cube, which will be keeping the data which I will be talking about. Webinar healthcare cube, and I will go and connect the CSV file, and I will just go and see my measures and dimensions, and I can see that actually it has read zip as measures, but it is dimensions. And I can create a drill definition in a way that I have definitely a county, then a city, then in each city I have different type of zips, and I can just if I wanted to see, I can preview the data here. Since it's open in Excel, so it's very easy for me to understand for now. I will move forward. And if I wanted to use restriction, suppose if I wanted to create or share this business story with somebody else, and I want to create a restriction for them that they can see the data only for that city, then I am just creating one restriction as city. And since I have just connected a CSV file, so there is no need of schedule data refresh because it's automatically taken care of. So we have just created the cube here. I can go to the user management and I can give this user a restriction in terms of city as Boston, and I will just save this configuration so that when I'll give the access of business story to this person, he'll be able to see the data of only Boston. Now let's come to my business story area, and I can just go and then say create a story, and I will say webinar as my story. I've created webinar FC cube, so I just select the cube, and here I can just select any type of cube and create a mashup of different type of cubes altogether. But here, since I'm looking to create a business story on this data, so I can say, okay, what all enrollments I have on the basis of, let's say, county, and I can have slicer as race. Okay, and I can just go and define. So this is at present trying to load all the data into the cube, and I can say here, okay, enrollment by county for race, and then say, okay, this is, I have decided county per race. I can go and create a stack chart instead of an individual chart, and then I can go and show summary of enrollment on this, and I can save this. And actually I will have to just because this is not loading it properly, I will have to just log out and log in to exactly go and work on that same cube again so that it loads all the data. Now similarly, what I can do is I can create enrollment on the basis of county, and that's it. And here what will happen is, so here I will be able to do drill down enrollment by county, and if I wanted to show, like, let's say max enrollment, I'll be able to say, okay, in which city there's a max enrollment is there, and I can just save this. So you can see here, in case of enrollment, I can actually go and see, I can drill to different cities and to different zips. Now I wanted to add a different type of chart where I wanted to see what all applications I received and how many of them are online and how many of them are paper applications, and I want to see them on the basis of the race. Then I can see all of it together, but I wanted to see applications, and I'll say online versus paper, online versus paper. And in fact I wanted to see them not like this, but more as a bubble chart, and I can save that as one of the options. This is so far so good, and I can now wanted to see how much enrollment is happening on the basis of race, correct? And I wanted to see this as a pie chart because that is the best in terms of enrollment by race. And I don't want it to show, or maybe I can show you the max enrollment or sum of all enrollments, and I can save this also as a chart. And I wanted to add one more in terms of applications received, correct, on the basis of race, and I wanted to keep this also as a applications on the basis of race, and I'm able to save this as well. So far so good. Then I wanted to add some even more complex type of a chart where I want to see how many applications I have received and how many of them are online applications, how many of them are paper applications, and I wanted to do them on the basis of county. So I will just say that, okay, applications on the basis of online and paper. Okay, that's good, but this does not give me a very good type of a view because so applications is one dimension, and how many of them are online and how many of them are at paper is another dimension. So I will make this chart as mixed chart, and what I will do is I will be going for application received, and application received is definitely a mix as a column, and online applications I'll make it as line, and paper application also will make it as line. So far so good. And And what I can do is, when I go to the chart, I have y-axis title as applications, and what I can do is I can create a secondary y-axis and say that as online slash paper, and what I can do is I can make this as right axis and paper also as right axis. So this will be good view for me in terms of seeing this as a mixed chart, and I can sure hide labels as I want. And now, so this gives me a very strong view now. I just wanted to add one more so that it gives me a dashboard view, and I complete it with a grid. And I will just take a grid, and I'll say, okay, paper applications, I will have online applications, I will have applications received, I have overall enrollment, and then I want to see this on the overall population. So I will say summary, and I will save this as is, and I will just save it, and I get all of this together. So it just took us, I think, around 10 minutes to create the entire business story.